Hello everyone, I welcome you all to the e-classroom of Khadaria. In this session, we are going to learn about the uses of microorganisms in industry as well as in our daily life. In industry, there is a first point, sewage treatment. Sewage treatment is nothing but the process of removing contaminants from the wastewater. There is two types. One is aerobic treatment, which required oxygen, and another one is anaerobic treatment, which does not require oxygen. In aerobic treatment, the aerobic microbes are allowed to grow in the primary effluent during the secondary stage of wastewater treatment. The microbes which required oxygen has allowed in the secondary stage of treatment. These microbes consumes the major part of the organic matter in the effluent, which is nothing but the microbes have feed the contaminants like decayed from the wastewater. Example of aerobic bacteria is Nitrobacter. You can see here, this is how a Nitrobacter looks like, and this is the treatment. This is a flow chart of the sewage treatment, from the primary to secondary treatment, then secondary to filtered into the river. The second one is anaerobic treatment. In this treatment, the bacteria who does not require oxygen are used. Like, anaerobic treatment is a biological process ideally suited for the pre-treatment of high-strength wastewaters that are typical of many industrial facilities. The anaerobic process utilizes naturally occurring bacteria to break down biodegradable material in an industrial waste stream. The wastage which present in water, these bacteria break down the degradable things and make the water pure. In the anaerobic treatment of sewage, methanobacteria is used. This is the structure of methanobacteria. And the second one is production of biogas. What is biogas? Biogas is nothing a fuel which get from the breakdown of organic matters like human and animal fecal matter and plant wastes are broken down by anaerobic bacteria to produce methane, which is a biogas, along with carbon dioxide and hydrogen. These bacteria are called as methanogens. See here in this flow chart, there is a fats, cellulose and proteins, which are the nutrients. We first hydrolyze this to a soluble compounds by the uses of enzymes. Then we add acidic bacteria in the soluble compounds. Then we get organic acids in second stage. Here again we are adding the methanogenic bacteria, which gives in stage 3 methane, carbon dioxide and water. This is how production of biogas by the help of this bacteria, which is methanogens. And third one is production of alcohol and wine. Alcoholic drinks are prepared by fermentation process using yeast. Sugars in grapes are fermented by using yeast. Beer is produced by the fermentation of sugars in rice and in barley. Wine and alcohol is made from the grapes which is already spoiled. The rotten grapes which contains the sugar which act with the yeast. Then by the process of fermentation we can make alcohol and wine. And the fourth one is microbes in retting and tanning process. What is retting? Retting is nothing but the plants are tied into, as how I shown in picture. This is how the process is. Plants are tied in bundles and kept in water. Bacteria loosen the supporting fibers of the stem by acting on the stem tissues. This process is known as retting. By the process of retting, the linen thread are made. This is the linen thread. The example of is Pseudomonas aeruginosa. This is the example which is used in retting process. The second one is tanning. In tanning industry, bacteria act upon the skin of animals and makes it soft, and therefore it becomes pliable. You may know how the handbags, wallets are made. This is made from the skin of animals. Why it is become so soft means which a tanning process, the Pseudomonas aeruginosa is placed in that, then only it becomes soft. So we'll move for in daily life. What are the uses of microorganisms? In making a bread, in preparation of curd and cheese, and as well as in human intestine. Making a bread, yeast is used in bakeries to make bread and cakes. I think all you know that yeast is important to make a bread and cakes. They are added to the dough to produce carbon dioxide, which makes the dough rise. Bread and cakes are soft due to carbon dioxide gas, which is chlorella. Green algae is rich in proteins and vitamins, is added to the dough, which enriches the bread with nutrients. If we make a dough by adding yeast, the portion will rise and it may be very soft. And the preparation of curd and cheese. Curd and cheese is made from the milk only. It has lactose in the milk, gets turned into lactic acid by the action of lactobacillus, which is a bacteria. Therefore the milk becomes thick, that is a curd, and gives the sour taste. In curd, it gives a sour taste. When curd is processed, cottage cheese, that is a paneer, is obtained by the process of by the addition of the lactic acid, which is lactobacillus. So, how the bacteria, the microbes helps in human intestine. Lactobacillus acidophilus that lives in the human intestine helps in digestion of food and fight against the harmful diseases causing organisms. Like how I said in previous class, in our stomach there is a microorganisms present, which some may be harmful and some may not. The good bacteria, the good microbes, that is Lactobacillus acidophilus, which helpful in the digestion and fight with the harming microbes, which is very harm to us. And E. coli bacteria in human intestine helps in synthesizing of vitamin K and vitamin B complex. It is nothing but the E. coli bacteria is the bacteria which break down the nutrients and circulate to all over the body. This is the uses of the microbes in our day-to-day life. Thank you for watching.